Good morning, America. Triple digits, soaring high temperatures breaking records in more than a dozen cities. First responders in Washington, D.C. tending to hundreds overcome by that scorching heat. Severe storms moving through the nation, turning deadly.
I've been here 32 years, and it's never been this bad.
The damage overnight as flight delays pile up for millions of Americans heading home from the holiday weekend.
Happy birthday, America! The celebration overnight in the nation's capital, lighting up the skies with a record-setting show.
God bless the immortal patriots of 1776.
The heat and threatening weather canceling or postponing some events, but not dampening the spirit of the day.
Beach dangers, a shark attack at a popular New York beach.
Someone came up to the lifeguard and said shark.
Another caught just miles away while rip currents turn deadly in Florida and lifeguards make nearly 200 rescues.
Way harder than I thought.
Plus, GMA with an eye-opening experiment on the difference between swimming in the pool and the ocean. Ginger Z diving in.
The honeymoon era. Everything we're learning about the intimate wedding of Taylor and Travis. The special gift handed out to each guest.
Winning at Wimbledon, the Americans advancing to the round of 16, plus World Cup fever. The U.S. men's national team prepares for its biggest challenge yet, minus its star player.
And Disney celebrates America 250. Highlights of our marathon event. David getting a bird's eye view from Lady Liberty's torch. The parade down Bourbon Street.
Oh, we got a party, all right. We are parading.
GMA at every corner of the country and sharing intimate stories of the American dream. 250 years and going strong. As we say, good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Sunday. Good morning, America. Oh my goodness, what a July 4th that was. I'm back from Maine, you're back from Fort Campbell in Kentucky.
That's right, home of the 101st Airborne Division. What a great time.
It was absolutely incredible. Good morning, America. It is good to see you. As you can see, Whit is off this morning. It is so great to have Stephanie Ramos here with us this morning. As Americans continue celebrating the nation's 250th birthday weekend, there is so much to commemorate across the country. We're going to have more on those celebrations ahead, along with the latest on holiday travel and the thousands of flight delays impacting travelers this weekend.
Absolutely. Also ahead, dangerous conditions in the water. In Florida, nearly 200 swimmers were rescued from powerful rip currents this weekend, while shark sightings are raising concerns along New York beaches. We'll have what families need to know to stay safe before heading to the shore.
Important stuff there, but we are going to begin here with that extreme weather gripping much of the country. The effects of record-breaking heat and severe storms, they are still being felt this morning. Samara is standing by with the forecast, but first let's go to Morgan Norwood now with the latest. Morgan, good morning.
Good morning to you, Gio. From deadly storms to record heat, it has been a holiday weekend of weather extremes. And this morning, millions are now bracing for more severe weather as cooler air finally starts to move in.
This morning, severe storms sweeping the nation, turning deadly as more than 100 million cope with dangerous record-high temperatures. In Chicago, torrential rain triggering flash flood warnings as storms push through overnight. Drivers stranded on flooded roads.
It's never been this bad. I've been here 32 years.
One woman and her two dogs died when a tree fell on her mobile home. In New Jersey's Bergen County, a tree falling on top of this house, causing a fire that destroyed the home in River Edge. In nearby Paramus, trees and power lines knocked down as the storm blew through. In New York City, a tree falling on a subway train in the Bronx, injuring the operator. Her injuries, fortunately, not serious. In Oklahoma, lightning making an appearance during Lawson's City Fireworks Show.
For your safety, all guests must seek shelter.
Thousands attending the Great American State Fair in Washington, D.C. around the National Mall, ordered to evacuate as stormy weather approached. People taking shelter in nearby federal buildings and museums. Nationwide, 140 million were under heat alerts, stretching from the Midwest to the East Coast, setting record highs in more than a dozen cities. In Maryland, extreme heat causing this Metro Rail train to derail. 11 people evacuated from the train, one sent to the hospital. And throughout the Northeast, Amtrak canceling dozens of trains and delaying more. The extreme heat causing wires to snag and rails to expand, risking derailment. Service is expected to return to normal today. Philadelphia, the birthplace of the nation, hitting 101 degrees. And if you're wondering, back on July 4th, 1776, Thomas Jefferson recorded a high temperature of just 76 degrees in this weather log. Using a thermometer, the founding father bought that very same day of our nation's birth.
Nice little fun fact there. Now, the extreme conditions putting strain on the power grid as well, with more than 1 million customers right now without electricity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unfortunate timing as so many people are trying to celebrate the holiday
Absolutely.
outside.
Yeah.
Morgan, thank you so much. Now let's see what's in the forecast for today and the week ahead. Samara Theodore is here. Good morning, Samara.
Good morning, Stephanie. Yeah, so you know what? We've got more storms, more heat in the forecast to come. Mother Nature putting on its own little fireworks show last night in New York. You can see One World Trade getting zapped by lightning. Friday night, getting zapped by lightning there. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the storms that are going to be moving through today. So heat dome brings stifling heat along the northern tier of this high pressure. We tend to see storms develop along that ridge. And so we've got more storms that'll be rolling through as we head through the overnight hours and afternoon. Level 2 out of 5, lightning, flash flooding, damaging wind from Philadelphia down to Washington, D.C. We have a level 3 out of 4 flooding for parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, so be mindful of that on the roads. That's a look at the forecast. Gio, back to you.
A heat dome. I don't like the sound of that, Samara. All right, thank you so much. Now to the travel outlook as millions of Americans get set to head home after the holiday weekend. ABC's Alex Verche is at Reagan National Airport. Alex, good morning. Already looks busy.
Yeah, that's right, Gio. We got the first wave of people waking up this morning, getting ready to head home from this historic July 4th holiday weekend. And by Monday, TSA expects it will have screened some 19 million passengers. And as you mentioned here, Reagan National Airport is open. Flights resumed this morning. The airport's been shut down since about Saturday afternoon for all those celebratory flyovers we've had in D.C. And if you look over my shoulder right now, TSA pre, the line appears to be moving pretty smoothly. But when we talk about nationwide, FlightAware has tracked 186 cancellations and 712 delays into or within the U.S. so far this morning. Yesterday, there were 5,400 delays, more than 800 cancellations, mostly due to weather out of Chicago. And when we talk broadly about travel, AAA is estimating more than 72 million Americans are traveling at least 50 miles from home through this weekend, which is a record. So, with all that traffic, if you are hitting the roads today, your best bet is to go before 11 a.m. The worst time will be between noon and 6 p.m. tonight. And also keep in mind to travel around cities like Chicago, New York City, Houston, Seattle, Minneapolis. They will all experience peak congestion today. Stephanie?
All right, good to keep in mind. Gio and I experienced some delays yesterday heading back to New York. All right, Alex, thank you so much. Now to the hottest July 4th on record in the nation's capital and the huge celebrations taking place, but not without some delays. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is following it all for us there in Washington. Good morning, Selena.
Yeah, good morning, Stephanie. There were a few weather-related delays, but the president ended up marking our nation's 250th last night with a speech on the National Mall. It was part celebration, part partisan messaging, and all of it happening on the hottest July 4th ever recorded here in Washington, D.C.
Overnight, President Trump celebrating America's 250th birthday.
Tonight we pledge allegiance to the flag they gave us, and we say, God bless the immortal patriots of 1776.
But also delivering a politically charged address on the National Mall.
We want to keep America great, and we will do so by approving the Save America Act. You won't have cheating on the elections anymore.
And repeatedly denouncing communism.
We don't want communists in our country.
Capping a day of festivities on the hottest July 4th ever recorded in the nation's capital. The heat index in the D.C. area reaching a high of 112 degrees. And Trump's 16-day Great American State Fair at times struggling to draw a crowd.
The events have been postponed, I'm told by an organizer, it's because of the intense heat.
For your safety, all guests must seek shelter.
On Saturday, crews transporting 12 people to local hospitals for heat-related reasons. The president's remarks coming right before a record-setting show of more than 850,000 fireworks.
And guys, it wasn't just the heat causing problems yesterday. Just hours before Trump's speech, storm threats forced officials to evacuate thousands from the National Mall and seek shelter. Trump ended up taking the stage an hour and a half late, Stephanie.
All right, Selena, thank you. And make sure to tune into This Week Later. George Stephanopoulos interviews Interior Secretary Doug Burgum about America's 250th anniversary and President Trump's renovations around Washington, D.C.
Okay, Stephanie, now to those shark sightings and rip current dangers as millions of us look to the sea for some relief from all that heat. And ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more on all of this. Andrew, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Gio. Tragedy and close calls at beaches on both coasts are serving as a stark reminder that even a day at the shore can turn dangerous in an instant. With millions of Americans flocking to the beach this holiday weekend, a deadly reminder of just how quickly conditions can turn. In Daytona Beach, Florida, authorities recovering the body of 17-year-old Amarian Anthony after he went missing in the water. Authorities launching an extensive search using helicopters, drones, boats, and dozens of lifeguards. Investigators say Anthony and a friend were caught in a powerful rip current Friday evening. A lifeguard saw the pair struggling in the water before they disappeared. The friend was rescued, but Anthony never made it back to shore. His death coming just hours after a separate drowning claimed the life of a 60-year-old man at the same beach.
Riptides are terrible. We don't want people, when the lifeguards are off duty, please don't go out there.
On Friday alone, lifeguards in Volusia County say they rescued nearly 200 people from the water, while farther north, a different danger in the water.
Someone came up to the lifeguard and said, "Shark."
At New York's Jones Beach, a swimmer was bitten by a shark, forcing officials to temporarily clear the beach. This image appears to show the victim being carried away by lifeguards and later rushed to the hospital. Just miles away, fishermen reeling in this large shark caught in the surf at Gilgo Beach. Scientists say fish migration patterns may cause some sharks to swim closer to shore.
Schools of fish that move closer to shore are going to draw the attention of sharks. Sometimes those schools of fish will overlap with human beings, and that could lead to a shark bite.
Now, marine experts stress rip currents remain the far greater threat, urging swimmers to stay near lifeguards, heed beach warning flags, and if caught in a rip current, swim parallel to shore until you're free of the current rather than try to fight it. Stephanie?
All right. Thanks so much, Andrew. Now to a GMA health alert about a parasitic infection, where it's spreading and what to know about the symptoms. Joining us with more, including how to protect ourselves, is ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton. Great to see you. Okay, so break this down for us. Where is the outbreak, and is it really serious?
This can be quite serious, especially for those who are higher risk. So, Stephanie, this is an ongoing parasitic outbreak of an infection called cyclosporiasis. We typically see this in the United States, and it has been tracked since 2019. But what makes this year different is that the numbers are trending higher than what we typically see. So far, the CDC has documented between May and mid-June at least 145 cases, nearly 20 hospitalizations, and in certain states we're seeing dramatic rises. Now, the main complication of this type of infection, it looks often like severe food poisoning, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, but the main complication that leads people to the emergency room is the profound dehydration. That leads to complications like kidney injury, low blood pressure, and even hospitalizations. Now, in certain states like Michigan, they're at 6 times the number that they typically see on an annual basis. And here in New York, there are nearly twice as many cases than we typically see. And these are likely an undercount because many patients don't come to the emergency room or get tested.
This whole thing troubles me so much. And at the moment you sat down, the first thing I said was like, okay, so where do you get this? What do you do? How do you prevent all of this?
Well, this type of infection typically is associated with fresh produce. And as we were saying during the commercial break, a lot of people think about meat when they're preparing food in terms of risk, but often the food poisoning illnesses come from produce, leafy greens, cilantro, snow peas, and even fresh fruit. An important reminder about food safety, not just separating your meats, but also washing the produce before you eat it. That can help to reduce your risk. Grabbing a scrub brush can also be helpful. And an important note here, this type of bacteria, this type of parasite doesn't easily go away with alcohol-based hand sanitizer. So good old hand washing is really key here.
Okay, so you mentioned produce, and like you said earlier, don't tell the kids.
Yeah.
Because then they'll really want to avoid the broccoli
Exactly.
and vegetables. All right, so separately, let's talk about leftovers. This is a holiday weekend. A lot of folks taking home food. How long should we leave those leftovers in the fridge? What should people look out for to avoid getting sick?
An important reminder, don't just use the smell test. Put some dates down on that food. Make sure you know when you put it in the refrigerator. As a reminder, bacteria love to grow between temperatures of 40 and 140 degrees. So when that food is out for 2 hours or more, that is an opportunity for bacteria to spread and infection risks to increase. Also, you want to make sure sure that you're keeping your food in the refrigerator no more than 3 to 4 days. I say that smell test, mark a number down or the date down with the marker on the produce when you're putting it in the refrigerator so you don't have to guess. And most importantly, this is often missed, when you're reheating your food, grab that food thermometer and make sure that the food is getting to that 165 degrees to help to kill out any possible bacteria.
No more than 4 days.
No more than 4 days,
Which
is still, I think, kind of a lot.
That's a lot for me. But
that's a lot for me,
trying to make
too.
sure we're making sure we're getting to everyone.
Yes, when in doubt, throw it out.
Exactly.
We can keep that in mind.
There you go. All right, Dr. Darian, thank you so much.
Of course.
All right, let's go to the World Cup now and the big matches overnight. Canada falling to Morocco. ABC's Melissa Don is following it all from Los Angeles. She's got the highlights and a preview of tomorrow's U.S. match. Hey, Melissa, good morning.
Good morning, Gio. So we are all still cheering for USA. The U.S. men's national team is playing Belgium tomorrow in Seattle. Now, the U.S. is having a historic run as a host nation for the FIFA World Cup. But look, tomorrow's match will be without soccer star Folarin Balogun after he received a controversial red card during the round of 32 victory over Bosnia. Well, if USA advances, FIFA says the striker can return for the quarterfinals. But now the last time the U.S. faced Belgium was in March. That was an international friendly match. They did fall 5-2, but U.S. coaching staff says that they treated that as a reality check. Gio?
Yeah, I say that is a reality check. All right, Melissa, so there was a lot of World Cup action this weekend. So what matches stood out?
Absolutely. So look, first off, Canada's Dream World Cup, that came to an end. They become the first host nation to fall, losing 3-0 against Morocco. And look, the result means that Morocco will now make their second straight appearance in the quarterfinals after becoming the first African team to reach the semifinals in 2022. And then over in Philadelphia, that was the France-Paraguay match. It was scoreless until deep in the second half. What a game. France's first goal by megastar Mbappe was all Les Bleus needed to beat Paraguay. That was 1-0. So next up, France will face Morocco. Then, of course, we have to mention Cape Verde. That was quite the reality check. Talk about that for Argentina on Friday. Barely scraping by after a stunning performance by Cape Verde. The match going into extra time. Superstar Messi and his team ending the African island's Cinderella run 3-2. Look, no team has earned more credit in defeat than this Cape Verde team. Now Argentina will play Egypt in the round of 16. And of course, out here in LA, we are excited for Mexico. They are preparing to face off against England tonight. The winner, of course, moves on to the quarterfinals. So Gio, all I got to say is Viva Mexico.
Oh, Viva Mexico. Absolutely. I love how excited you are. Everyone is excited about this. It's been quite the World Cup already. All right, Melissa, thank you so much.
Now to Taylor Swift entering her newlywed era as we learn more about the details of her lavish wedding to Travis Kelce at New York City's Madison Square Garden. And ABC's Will Gans has been following it all, of course. Good morning, Will. What is the T&T details?
Here are the Swiftie details for you. This guest list includes Fergie, Dakota Johnson, Julianne Moore, Ethan Hawke, Hugh Grant, Jason Sudeikis, Jessica Chastain, Nikki Glaser. Whew, just to name a few lucky guests. And while those names may not have appeared in her earlier songs, fans of her music know that this happily ever after, and this wedding specifically, has been a long time coming.
The night literally sparkling for a wedding celebration that couldn't possibly be more endgame. After the storm, something was born on the 4th of July. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's July 3rd wedding reception stretching into the early morning hours of Independence Day.
It really was intimate, wasn't it, guys?
It was just so beautiful. And it's hard to imagine that a place that big and a wedding with such stars could feel so personal.
Our Robin, George, and Michael spilling the Swift tea after attending the wedding of the decade.
It was like any wedding that you would attend.
It was their dream wedding, and it really was amazing. Congratulations to both of them.
Congratulations.
Oh, and their vows. All right, they wrote their own vows.
Little books.
Yeah.
And Maren Morris sharing the handkerchiefs given to each guest, which include a lyric from one of Travis's favorite songs. So it's gonna be forever. As for the ceremony, Travis and Taylor's brothers serving as best man and man of honor. And Taylor's Something Blue, the Empire State Building going full opalite for the occasion. And they're calling it the Billy Madison Square Garden.
Oh, back to school.
Thanks to Adam Sandler officiating and performing a song during the ceremony, after he worked with Travis in Happy Gilmore 2.
Sorry you had to hear that, Mr. Gilmore.
And it was certainly a star-studded affair from Nelly and Ashanti, to Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, J-Lo and the Chicks.
Have there ever been this many celebrities from all corners of the universe under one roof? I don't think so. Even comparing it to the Met Gala or the Oscars, you don't have Paul McCartney, Tom Brady, the head of Disney, all under one roof.
Taylor told us last year it would be big.
The only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble. I'm not going to do that.
But despite that guest list, details are still slow to trickle out, but maybe fans will get more soon.
Taylor has always worn her heart on her sleeve. Travis lives out loud. And I think at the end of the day, they will want to bring fans with them inside for a peek at their nuptials.
Okay, so there are a few details trickling out this morning. Stevie Nicks, Tim McGraw, and Paul McCartney performed, and during the reception, guests could play carnival-style games to win tickets for big prizes, and there were claw machines to win smaller, still high-end swag.
Oh, I wonder what was in those claw machines.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
all
Some
right.
bags, some jewelry.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of
I'm sure it was a
everything.
very well-planned event, and I love how she had just a man of honor and a best
Thank you
man.
so much. We got to go. We'll be right back here on GMA.
Will, you're going to have to do those moves again because everyone deserves to see you whip it back and forth. Whip it. Okay. Welcome back to GMA. Queen Bee drops a 4th of July surprise for fans. Beyonce released a song called Morning Dew. The smooth R&B tune is her first new song in 2 years. The track also kicks off a 60-day countdown to Beyonce's birthday and the reissue of her second album, B-Day.
Oh, it sounds good.
It's good.
It
It's
sounds
really
real
good. Will was doing this
he was
thing.
doing that. He was doing that. All right, let's take a look at some of the stories we're following here on this Sunday morning. In Maryland, at least 9 people were injured in a boat explosion. Fire officials say that the blast happened Saturday afternoon on a canal in Chesapeake City, just moments after the boat refueled. According to first responders, 7 of the victims were on the boat. 2 others were on a nearby dock. The cause of the explosion is under investigation.
And a fire broke out on the Brooklyn Bridge during the Macy's 4th of July fireworks show. Flames and smoke were spotted rising from the bridge as massive fireworks exploded nearby. Fire crews put out the flames within minutes, and police say the fire was very likely ignited by fireworks.
Boy, that was scary, yeah. River rafter Kelsey Fendler is now the first American woman to row solo across the mid-Pacific Ocean. She finished her record-setting journey on Friday night in Honolulu. It took her just under 44 days to row her 24-foot boat named Lily.
They did that on purpose.
That's right. More than 2,400 miles. Hundreds of thousands of people followed her quest on social media. She will tell her story right here on GMA on Monday.
What a
44
journey.
days.
That's wild.
Incredible. Congratulations. All right, we are going to start this half hour here with more on the festivities from Disney Celebrates America on its 250th birthday, shining a spotlight on the nation's history, its people, places, progress, and the future. And ABC's Will Gans is back here with more on this. Will, good morning again.
I've been saying that it feels like the Avengers reassembling after successfully completing each of our missions across the country, fanned out to spotlight the people, places, and patriotism that make our country in honor of Disney Celebrates America 250.
A celebration of America, 250 years in the making. From the top of Lady Liberty's torch and David Muir.
For generations of immigrants crossing the Atlantic coming here to the United States, this was the first view they would see when they pulled into New York Harbor.
To our party across America.
We got a party, all right. We are paraded, people.
From Bourbon Street and Lindsay Davis to San Antonio, we let freedom ring, along with some wedding bells in Las Vegas.
Husband and wife.
America's still managing to surprise us after all these years.
If you've never seen a black bear in patriotic overalls, now you have.
The nation's first 4th of July parade stepping off at 12:01 a.m. with a crowd of 80,000 lining the streets of Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
We've got a founding father leading off our parade here.
Gio Benitez checking out the first sunrise in the country on the nation's birthday from the top of Cadillac Mountain in Maine.
Happy birthday, America. Happy 4th of July, my friend. It is just absolutely incredible.
From every corner of the country, highlighting all 50 states and territories.
Oh, Oh my gosh.
We made it up.
From the sea and Rachel Scott.
I don't know how we made it, but we made it.
To the sky and Deborah Roberts.
Unbelievable. What a view.
Right back down to the ground.
All right, here we go.
Our Stephanie Ramos rappelling with the elite Screaming Eagles of the 101st Airborne.
That's how you do it. It is quite the thrill.
The iconic symbols that represent our nation's history to the natural wonders that take our breath away.
This is a natural wonder.
From Hawaiian volcanoes to the Grand Canyon.
You can see the lines in the rock right here, sort of recording time over centuries.
To the majesty of Niagara Falls, and showcasing the stories of America that shape who we are today. Whit Johnson spotlighting the spirit of American resilience after great tragedies like 9/11.
When people hear your story of 9/11 and the aftermath, they'll note not only your bravery, but also your resilience.
I feel personal resilience, but it took a long time to get there.
To the journeys that shaped our own American story.
No place like home.
Robin Roberts reflecting on her Alabama roots and her father, who was a Tuskegee Airman.
We had a mama and a daddy who shared their story, shared their legacy.
Michael Strahan traveling to the rural Texas town that his ancestors founded after emancipation.
They wanted people like themselves to have a place that they can call their own.
And George Stephanopoulos sharing the immigrant stories that brought his family to America.
I've always felt so lucky because I feel like I get the best of both worlds. I'm fully American and fully Greek.
GMA spotlighting that cultural diversity, dozens taking the oath to officially become new American citizens. All of it culminating in Nashville with one of the nation's largest fireworks and drone shows. And a Star-Spangled Bash with a superstar lineup hosted by Ryan Seacrest.
Good night, America.
Oh my gosh, that Star-Spangled Bash and the Let Freedom Sing concert drew a crowd of about 500,000 people into the streets of downtown Nashville to hear Reba, Nick Jonas, Boyz II Men, Tim McGraw, and more perform. What a celebration, capping off our 24 hours of coverage.
Yeah,
really was.
Absolutely incredible. And you mentioned Ryan Seacrest was hosting Disney Celebrates America Nashville Star-Spangled event, but he also took time to visit a project close to his heart.
This was really, really special. Yeah, he stopped by the Monroe Carell Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. It's the site of one of 14 Seacrest studios founded and funded by his nonprofit foundation. It brings interactive media studios into pediatric hospitals to help patients find joy during treatment. Ryan greeting patients and their families, answering lots of questions. 2 more studios planned for New Orleans and Milwaukee. Just incredible that he packed all that into one trip to Nashville.
He's such a good guy.
He is.
That's
Such
awesome.
a good heart. Will, thank you.
Thank you,
You've got
guys.
a good heart, too.
Oh,
We're
I'll
fans of
take
you.
it.
The summer safety alert. The brutal summer heat is here. So a dip in the pool or the ocean sounds refreshing, but some coastal safety experts are spreading the word that knowing how to swim in a pool and knowing how to swim in open water are 2 very different things. And Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z found that out firsthand. Take a look.
From rip currents to sneaker waves, already more than 30 ocean-related deaths and nearly 20,000 rescues. But experts say one unspoken danger for swimmers? Not realizing that swimming in the ocean or the Great Lakes isn't the same as simply swimming in a pool.
A lot of the people we see getting in trouble in the ocean underestimated conditions and maybe overestimated their ability. Either they're a really good pool swimmer or a really strong athlete, and they think that that's going to be enough.
To help visualize that issue, we recruited these 3 college football players and 2 elite dancers from Temple University and set up 2 challenges. First, swim 4 lengths of a pool, 100 meters, without touching the bottom. Then do the same 100 meters in an ocean, 50 out and 50 back. Up first, football player Colin, clearly fit, and he grew up in California, spending time in the ocean. He finishes, but it was harder than he thought.
I'm exhausted. Wow. I'm out of shape. Swimming shape is different than running shape for sure.
Teammate Eric starts off strong, but before he gets to the end, he needs a break.
Woo.
Harder than you thought?
Way harder than I thought.
All the others ran out of gas and couldn't finish.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I think I'm done.
Next, my turn. I swim as part of my fitness routine, so I was able to finish the 100 meters without much of an issue.
The ocean will be different. I know that.
Way different.
A 2-foot wave carries about 500 pounds of water pressure where it hits you on the chest. If that wind's strong enough to pick up a towel and move it, that means it's going to play havoc on you near the shore. And it's not the rip currents, it's everything else going on out there.
The task now? swim the same 100 meters out to that orange buoy and back. With a jet ski and lifeguards from the Beach Patrol in Ocean City, New Jersey set, Colin heads in first and completes it. But it's a sobering experience. At one point, even turning on his back to catch his breath, something experts say can make all the difference.
Need a little break. Whew. A lot different than the pool. The wave would hit you and it seemed like it kind of cut off your breath. Laying on my back out there just relaxing, that really helped me out.
Next, my turn. I make it to the buoy and head back in, but I'm really feeling it.
The way back's harder, I can tell. I did not expect that.
This was completely different than the pool.
My muscles are burning. My heart is beating out of my chest.
Football player Eric struggles to get back to shore. Exhausted, he taps out and the lifeguards swarm in.
Woo!
Not surprisingly, everyone else who had trouble in the pool had even more trouble out here and needed assistance getting back to shore, including dancer Isabella, who now has a new respect for the ocean.
I think I'm a pretty good swimmer, but now, I don't know.
This is what we wanted everyone to see, that as fit as you may be on land, the ocean and the water is a different environment.
Boy, that was really something.
Really important to keep in mind. 2 completely different bodies of water. Those were some really good tips.
Yeah, really amazing. All right, thank you, Ginger. All right, coming up here on Good Morning America, ESPN's Malika Andrews joins us from Wimbledon with the latest headlines as the Americans look to advance. Stick around, you're watching GMA on this Sunday morning. All right, we are back now on GMA with a look at the top headlines from Wimbledon, from thrilling matches to the biggest storylines emerging from the tournament. There is plenty to catch up with. So let's go ahead and go live to the All England Club, and that's where we find ESPN's Malika Andrews. Malika, you have the best assignment.
I really do. This has been so wonderful to be at the All England Club all week, getting a little bit of my vitamin D out here this early afternoon in London. But good morning to you out there on the West Coast, Gio.
Oh, good morning.
East
It is
Coast,
good to East Coast, West. It doesn't matter. It's west to you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, let's start with Serena Williams.
True.
Lots of anticipation to see Serena play doubles with her sister Venus, but then disappointment. So what does the future hold for her?
Yeah, I think what does the future hold? I'm going to say what is the future that we hope for Serena Williams, right? And it's hard to put any expectations on someone, an all-time great, 44 years old, making her return to professional tennis after 4 years away. But the hope is that we are going to see her again at the U.S. Open. Now, she did come away from her ladies singles match, the first she's played since 2022, with some fluid buildup in her knee. She posted about it on social media. That's why she was unable to play with her sister Venus, she said. And so I think that we all hope that we will see her again at the U.S. Open and maybe even play a little bit of the hard court swing to find a little bit of a rhythm. Even the all-time greats can benefit from that. I think one story here, Gio, that may be flying under the radar just a little bit, and understandably so when you're talking about the great Serena Williams and the hopes that we see her again, is whether or not this was the last that we saw of Venus Williams or had the chance to see her here at the All England Club. She's a couple of years older than Serena Williams, and she hasn't said that she's retiring at all yet, but that question always looms in the air.
Malika, let's talk about some of the upsets. There have been some upsets on both the men's and women's side. Who are the players to watch, including the Americans?
Yeah, Stephanie, I think especially yesterday when we saw two former champions here at Wimbledon be defeated in Iga Swiatek and Elena Rybakina. And so now I think there's a real opportunity when you look at Madison Keys, the American, her section of the draw. She really does have a path forward here. And she says she's playing with a different level of confidence this time around. Today is the tougher side of the ladies' draw. We do have a blockbuster matchup coming up later today between two world number ones, Aryna Sabalenka, the current number one, Naomi Osaka, the former number one, and then Coco Gauff. She's going to be in a tough match with Belinda Bencic. Can this be the time that she breaks through farther than she ever has here at the All England Club? I have my eye on Maddie Keys in terms of the Americans, but we're going to see how this shakes out. Are we going to see a 10th different champion here in 10 different years?
Oh, so much to watch. Malika, thank you so much. Have a fabulous time there at Wimbledon. Great to have you. And you can see all of the action in the Wimbledon round of 16 today on ABC and ESPN.
All right, thank you so much for starting your day with us.
Yes, you can catch more weekend news coverage over on ABC News Live. I will be there. Hope to see you there as well.
That's right.
Have a great day.
Happy 4th again. Why not? Let's keep celebrating America.
Enjoy the week.